All right, guys, here's the M-Tec paint booth that we just ordered. It's a semi-downdraft paint booth, meaning that the intake's on the top, and instead of the exhaust being on the floor like a full downdraft, we have the exhaust on the back right here. Here's a top view. So the intake will pull right here and flow through into the exhaust and out the ceiling. So it's a 24-foot paint booth. It's 14 feet wide, 9 feet tall, 11 feet on the intake. And we've got about 12 feet of exhaust ducting. So there's the fan, there's some ducting pieces, there's the roof line, and we have to be at least 6 feet above the highest point of the roof to meet code. Here's another blowout diagram of what it's going to be kind of unassembled. Now when I get this paint booth, it's going to be in a kit just like this. It's going to be a bunch of panels loose like this and hardware that need to be assembled. It took about 3 weeks to build and about another week to ship, so they ship it out tomorrow. So I hope to see it within a few days to a week. There's a diagram of the exhaust. There's the doors. We got 2 viewing windows there. Now before you install a paint booth like this, you actually have to check with the city that you're in and get the proper permits before you can install. Now, one of the permits that I do need is a fire marshal permit, because I did order our paint booth with fire suppression. It doesn't show it in this diagram, but it's actually got a whole dry fire suppression kit that will be installed along with this paint booth. Now, in order to do that, I actually have to fill out and file this fire marshal permit app, along with actually having a licensed company actually install the fire suppression to meet requirements to have the city approve it. Another application is a tenant upgrade permit. So I have to fill out this application, get approval from the property owner before going out the roof of their building, which I've already checked, of course, with my property owner that I lease from. But so we got to fill that out and get that approved as well before we can install this paint booth. So we're hoping that this process goes quicker and smooth, because this paint booth is coming real soon and we want to get it together as soon as possible so we can get back to work. Now where we're going to put the paint booth is actually over here. Excuse my shop, it's a little bit messy right now. So the reason why we can't use this mobile exhaust unit right now is because it doesn't have fire suppression. Now, one thing we could do is actually install fire suppression in this building, but the city told me that I would have to install fire suppression in the entire building plus upstairs, not just where I plan on spraying. Now, I have this mobile exhaust unit, which would be perfect because you can move it around, you can put a curtain system around it, and you can pull a car or a panel in and spray, but without the fire suppression, it is illegal. So I was gonna install fire suppression in this building, and it turned out to be well over around $30,000. So that's not really an option. A paint booth was about half that price. So we went with the paint booth option with fire suppression installed inside the paint booth. Now, the paint booth is 24 feet long and 14 feet wide. So it's gonna go from it's gonna hug this beam right here, and we're gonna follow here. We're gonna hug this other beam here. Of course, we're gonna move all these buckets and stuff. There's the lift. So our 24-foot booth is gonna actually go pretty far, about 1/4 of my shop, to about that fire extinguisher right there in the wall. So it's gonna go 14 feet that way and almost all the way to that wall. We're gonna leave a little bit of room to walk between, of course, the wall and the booth. So we're gonna hug this beam right here. Now, the reason why we're gonna hug the beam on that side is because I want to leave a little a walkway here, which will be about this much space actually. So there will be a table to mix paint, of course, on. The booth will go about to right there. So there will be about this much room all the way down. And you can store parts along here. You can have a couple shelves here for supplies. And then the man door will be right here to go inside the booth. Now the man door is going to be put down here by the exhaust in case when you open the door, any dirt particles that go in with you when you open the door will go out the exhaust, versus if you put the door down here and you open the door and dirt comes off your clothing or gets sucked in from sanding, it's going to go across your job and flow across your job, get in your paint before it goes out the exhaust. So we're going to mount the man door right here by the exhaust. So now if you guys are interested in a paint booth like this, you can go to mtecspraybooths.net and see what kind of products they do have. Feel free to give them a call there too as well. Now they're very helpful in the office. I actually ordered this about a year ago, and since I don't really need it anymore, I have sold it, so it'll be picked up here soon. I do like their product. They're easy to work with. Now you do have to put half down for them to build your product, and the rest due before they ship it. So I'm gonna go drop the payment off today to get the paint booth on the truck tomorrow. I actually worked the deal with them as well. For one, I was a return customer, but two, I actually got another shop to purchase a paint booth identical to mine. So they give us a good deal too. So I got a little bit of a break on the powder coating and the fire suppression, because we got it powder coated inside and out, white like this. Otherwise it would be raw like that. So we do want the powder coated finish for brightness and visibility inside the booth, as well as cosmetic look as well when you come in the shop. So I do recommend this company. Very quality built. This is a very good unit right here as well. This is a mobile prep unit. You can move this around your shop. Works amazing. I just no longer need it. Even though the paint booth's going to take up about a quarter of my shop, I still have plenty of shop space. Now I went with the 24-foot because I figured there's going to be more times that I'm going to want the room out here for prep for some hoods and fenders and, you know, and extra parts, you know, a cab like this or another car, versus inside the booth. And I repair a lot more cars than I do trucks. Now, if I was doing a lot of trucks, they're bigger, so of course maybe I'd want some more room inside the booth, but I feel like I'll enjoy the space more on the outside than inside. So 24-foot is definitely still plenty big, so I'm not too worried about it. But we are excited. So half my shop is a body shop, so we'll have the repair and prep area, the paint area in the booth, and then over here we'll have the detail area, entrance, desk, bathroom, and then we have our auto repair area right here where we have a 2-post lift. This is where we do anything mechanical. This vehicle just got an engine and transmission, so we actually had to drop it out the bottom. So we dropped it out the bottom, lifted the vehicle off the motor. We have a office space as well upstairs, so we have a large office area upstairs as well. All right guys, that's it for today. So as soon as the paint booth gets on the truck and it arrives, I will be back to filming, and I'm going to be filming the whole process as far as the permitting, getting the booth, installing the booth, and continue forward with business. So prepare for the ride. Please click that subscribe button. Thanks.